Good morning, good morning. It's Wellness Wednesday. I'm Laura, menopausal mum, proving you can thrive rather than just survive during perimenopause and menopause, bringing you lots of well-being and menopause-related topics each week so that you can be the best version of you. Beyond excited to have Rebecca Hogan here. Rebecca describes herself as a whole life coach, which I obviously support because I'm very holistic in my own approach. She's an author and she helps mums thrive during motherhood and get in touch with themselves. She's just written a book called Me to We, which we're going to be discussing, and I'm so excited. I think it's going to be a really great discussion today. So I'm going to be asking her about her own experience with menopause. Wasn't quite what you expected. So she's going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about content of the book, what it's all about, why she wrote it, and then she's going to share with us some amazing tips around surviving the crazy season, because we all know that the kids are at home and it can be quite frantic. So let's get some of the tips from the expert. That's what I say. So how has your experience of menopause been? Because that is obviously something I talk about and support women on, but I'm really interested to know, because you are rocking midlife, I have to say, with all of the stuff that you're doing.
I think it's about having that passion and feeling a sense of meaning and purpose, isn't it, for what you do. So you're obviously very passionate about what you do, and I feel the same about what I do. So yeah, I kind of left corporate because I was having fertility challenges, but I kind of knew corporate wasn't really for me, but I was enjoying the lifestyle, the money. It kind of worked when you're trying to get on the property ladder and things like that. And then as soon as I had fertility troubles, I spoke to my husband and I just said, look, this is what I really want to do. And I started retraining, and I've seen a lot of complementary therapists and taken all the holistic advice that I know you share with your clients. And it wasn't enough for me. And I talk in the book about how it was a real journey, because although I left corporate, my approach was still, it took me a while for my mindset and my giving myself permission to live the lifestyle that I wanted to move into. So it took time, and it was that's how I fell into coaching. It's because once I became a mum, I was still sort of battling with things that I was trying to I was trying not to be too busy, not to sort of be thinking about income all the time, and actually enjoy life. So my menopause happened once my daughter was 2, so it's a forced menopause from surgery, because I'd been battling with endometriosis, so I had a lot of troubles with fertility, had a lot of treatment, had operations at Royal Berks, was under a very good team there, but of course the NHS can only do so much. And at the end I was diagnosed with stage 4, which is kind of like the worst you can get, and it was getting more and more unbearable. So it's like a couple of weeks a month that I was feeling unwell. So it wasn't just the odd day. So I took the decision, because I couldn't care for my daughter how I wanted to, suffering like this. So she was 2, and I went for the surgery, and the hospital were quite glad to give it to me because I was costing them money turning up in A&E and things. So I was then sent home after the operation. It won't take you long to recover. You don't need a sick note. Not that I need a sick note, so I wasn't employed. But it won't be long, and it was quite a long journey. And one of the elements of that journey is working out what I needed hormonally, because they kind of say, just see how you get on. Interesting.
I have another friend in that situation.
Interesting. So, having talked to my mum, who'd gone through it very simply, like her situation was very different to mine. She said, I do know that this is, you need help for this. So it was having her support. Being in quite an unusual situation, none of my friends were going through it, but talking to my mum's generation, like other people she knew that maybe were 10 years younger than her, but different friends and family, definitely was happy with the choice I'd made to have the surgical intervention, but did need more support. So I went on a bit of a journey. Luckily I got a very good GP surgery that helped me work out what my options were. And the HRT for a forced menopause like I had is quite different to if you're going through a natural menopause. So I think finding a menopause specialist, whether that's the nurse or a doctor in your surgery, or going privately. We've interviewed on the Mum and This podcast a really great lady Berkshire Menopause Clinic. So they can help you so much more than the NHS, unfortunately, seem to have the resources.
And
so if you're
different. I mean, that's the thing. It's the prototype for everyone. We say that with, you know, an individual blueprint in our program because every woman is different. You don't know. You have to try different things. It's not a fix straight away, even if you have the hormone replacement, is it?
But your lifestyle is so important. So ultimately, my belief is we go through the different stages of life as a woman, and our hormones and the sort of rites of passage that we go through, whether you become a mum or not. You have to sort of think about, we're human beings, not human doings. So it's how do you look after yourself and support yourself, rather than be doing all the things that the world tells you can do.
Yes, exactly. And it's a learning journey, isn't it? Definitely. Slowing down and finding your pace. Brilliant.
And living more with the seasons, I really believe in that.
Definitely, really we should be hibernating, everybody. You do realise that, don't you, if you mirror nature? But of course the Christmas season is ramping up, isn't it? Which is why we're talking to you today. So tell us more about the book. It's so exciting. It's your first book, isn't it?
It's my first book,
Amazing.
It's Me to We. It's a very grown-up book. It's about 300 pages, and I'm very proud that I've managed to get so much of what I've learned over the last 10 years into the book. So, I am a holistic, practitioner, holistic coach. So I do like to talk about the whole self. Because, as I said, your mindset is important, your physical health is important, your emotional health is really important.
Absolutely.
So I believe that, your emotions are messengers, and you need to kind of tap into them and use them as your sort of superpower, not to be afraid of the sort of what we call the darker or less welcome emotions, but, they are really good signals. I talk a lot in the book about communication with your loved ones, whether you've got a partner, good friends, family, whoever is in your sort of closest circle to you, being open and honest about your thoughts and your feelings. And I think I came into coaching because I was that sort of person that always thought, how can my life be the best it can be? You can just kind of do the thing and just get on with life. That whole keep calm, carry on that we've all inherited. But actually, what could I do? So that's kind of what's fueled me into coaching, and that's what the book is all about. It's like, okay, I've got this whole framework now, the whole self framework, and it's like you have to start with the basics. We can't hack good nutrition, good sleep. We do need to be as well as do.
Exactly.
So I talk about that, and then the next stage, once you've got all the basics right, is okay, how can we thrive? So to me, that's joy, that's confidence, and that's flowing in life. So you can have lots of parts to you. I'm definitely a very multifaceted person. Like you won't see the mess down here, but there's my hobbies, there's my work, there's my reading. There's all my different parts of my life in this room, and that's okay. But it's knowing how to flow through it, that it doesn't bring you stress, that you can kind of have everything kind of feeling organised, even if there is a lot of busyness. And like school is really busy at the moment. I can't control how many things school have put in my diary this month, but I can talk to my partner about it. I've got a husband. I can talk to him about it and say, oh, this is quite a lot. Do you want to tag team this? And what would you like to go to, and what shall I go to? And so we won't both be at any of the school events. I'll be at some, he'll be at some, and that's how. So it's like, to me, that's what the book's about. It's about being a team. It's about not doing too much, and it's also about having a vision for your life. So rather than just doing all the things that keep you busy, what are your hopes and dreams? Like, what would you really like to fit into your life, and how can you do that? So that's why I talk about vision boards and having a vision, having a bit of a plan, and carving out time for you to think about that stuff, but then also make it happen too.
Amazing. So now it is the busy season, the Christmas season, probably when parenting challenges go up a little bit more. As we said already,
with the schools.
Exactly, all the different events, parties, managing kids. Gosh, I'm losing my voice. Grab some water. So there's lots going on during the Christmas season. So what are your top tips then, if you could give us a couple of tips in terms of how to thrive during the next few weeks?
3 weeks. I mean, it's only 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Oh my God.
So that's one of my first points is, I mean, if we talk about December, there's only 4 weeks. It's really 3 weeks, as we've just said, of December. So what can you realistically do? So I like to talk about JOMO as well as FOMO. So a lot of mums at this time of year think, I've got to fit a panto in, I've got to do that Santa experience, I've got to go to the lights, I've got to do all these different experiences, as well as buy all the Christmas presents. So time and money are as tight as ever at this time of year. And I say, do you really? Like, what would you really like to do? So to me, there's the fear of missing out, but there's also the joy of missing out, in that there's so many simple, lovely, traditional things you could do with your children that don't involve running around, spending lots of money and driving everywhere. So, you know, making the sort of decorating the house a whole, you know, day's activity.
Yes.
You know, enjoying it, having the mince pies out if you like that, whatever your snacks are, making it a fun and all doing it together. That's one of my main tips is all these Christmas jobs you could put into the jobs category actually can be Christmas experiences.
Yes.
So even like the veg on the day, like there's so much veg to prepare. But you can do that together and like have a glass of something or, you know, make it fun, have the music on, be chatting and doing it together. So try and make your jobs more experiences of your December time. So the other thing is, you know, preparing the food nearer the time. My daughter loves to make a Yule log and she'll like to decorate it, and then that's her dessert on Christmas Day. So we do it just in the day or two before. So yeah, share the load, really talk about what you can fit in, what you want to fit in. I've talked about here, I wrote It's Your Christmas Too. And I had to read that to check. That was my last tip. But yeah, it's your Christmas too.
Yes.
Mums, ladies, whether you're a mum or not, women tend to be the carers, the magic makers. You know, the mental load is huge. And it can feel heavy and a lot of responsibility. But it's your Christmas too. So let's try and share that out a little bit. And then you can have more joy and be more present in your Christmas experience with your family. So yeah, what would you like to do? And if that means actually having some time out, take it. So quite often on a work day, on a busy weekday, I'll have had my daughter from when I pick her up, and I'll have got dinner ready. My husband might not come in till 6:30, 7. We'll have a dinner type time together. She might have eaten already, we might be eating. But then quite often I disappear and have a bit of quiet time before like the bedtime starts. So, you know, it's okay to take time out and just reset yourself. And just have some quiet.
It's so important. I think this is the thing about just taking a moment, folks, based on what Rebecca said, just to take a few moments about what that question, how do you want it to look? Because we do just over-schedule in autopilot, don't we? We fill the calendar completely and we've not even thought about the vibe that we want to create. And I love your ideas as well. And I think kids need to ground, don't they? We think that they want to be on the go all the time, but what we find is that they have the meltdowns, don't they, when we've overscheduled and there's no time to relax the nervous system for kids and adults alike. So that's all really
My
amazing.
daughter's actually been my main teacher of that.
Yes.
Because I think it's her as a child vocalising, oh no, mummy, I just want a PJ day on a Sunday. Oh no, we don't need to do that. You know, I'll say, oh, do you want to do this? And even in the summer holidays, you know, she might say, on the Christmas holidays, oh no, actually, mummy, I just want to stay at home.
We don't often ask the kids. This is the scary thing is, I don't think I've actually asked my kids how they want to feel this Christmas. You know, you just get into that whole autopilot, don't you? See the relatives, tick the tick list, all of that stuff. That's been really, really useful. Thank you so much. Now, most importantly, tell people where they can find you.
Yes. Fine. On Instagram mainly, so I'm at Rebecca Hogan with a little underscore at the end. So that's me on Instagram. But my website is rebeccahogan.co.uk, and that's where you can find out all about me. There's a blog on there with 10 tips for Christmas, which covers some of the things we've talked about and a little bit more. Yeah, that's
And what about your book? So your book?
My book isn't quite out yet.
Okay, so we'll look out for this.
So yeah, it will be out hopefully this month in December. Yeah, it's quite a process writing a book. I've learned a lot. And yeah, I reread it when it had already been all typeset, and I found some things that I wanted to change, tweak, and that can take some time. So yeah, so it's being discussed what gets tweaked and changed. So I know it'll be absolutely perfect when it's out, but
just something good for the new year as well. Yeah, so if you want to reframe your new year in terms of that whole parenting and
And to be honest, who's got time to read a book right now?
Well,
I've got loads on my side, but I'm not really getting much reading done
No,
at the minute.
no.
But over Christmas, I really believe in that liminal space between Christmas and New Year. So if you read my blog about the Christmas tips, it talks about the vision board and actually think about what you really want. And it's not just what you want to do next year, but how you want to feel.
Yes, I love that. The emotion, step into the emotion that people don't just sort of put this high level list. It is about feeling it, isn't it? Because your brain loves that. So as soon as you start getting to the emotion of it, it really lights everything up, doesn't it?
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rebecca.
Well, thanks for having me.
It's okay, my pleasure. So we'll be back next Wednesday with another speaker. Sarah Bromham is talking to us about the different cycles of nature. So you'll be interested in that one.
Yeah.
And we'll continue with our talks throughout the rest of December and the New Year. So for now, goodbye, and we'll see you very soon.
Have
Bye.
a great December.
See you. Bye.